Alright. You know how this goes by now. Man City began their 2024-25 Champions League campaign being frustrated by Inter. In the match, they failed to break down the Italian club, all the while their opponents ended up having clear chances on goal. But no worries, it's just the first game, alright? City's gonna recover, and they very much did. They beat Slovan Bratislava 4-0, and then collected a 5-0 victory against Sparta Prague. These results had City sitting third in the table after 3 games played. That momentum continued into their next game versus a red-hot Sporting, with Foden scoring in the 4th minute. However, City conceded in the 38th minute, and then in the second half, their defense capitulated, letting in 3 more goals. The game ended 4-1. This was the worst loss that Man City had suffered since Barcelona in 2016, and this was just the beginning of City's defense collapsing in pretty much every single second half. In the very next game, after going up 3-0 versus Feyenoord, City's defense looked like it was a dam that had just failed, and they gave up 3 unanswered in the last 15 minutes of the game. These 2 results, though, saw City fall from 3rd all the way down to 17th. And then after a 2-0 loss to Juventus in their 6th game, they now were all the way down in 22nd. The PSG match was a good opportunity to get back on their feet, and it definitely looked that way as City scored 2 goals in the second half. But just like the games for Sporting and Feyenoord, City's defense crumbled like a Nature Valley bar and conceded 4 unanswered. With that result, Manchester City now found themselves in a must-win situation going into their last game if they wanted to make it not into the automatic spots, but the playoffs. In said game against Club Brugge, mind you, fear could be sensed in this City team, and it didn't even need to take a whole half of football for City's backline to receive back shots. However, the citizens did manage to come back to win 3-1 despite a few more scares from Bruges. As a result, City just barely survived danger and advanced to the playoffs. Unfortunately for them though, because of their low seeding, they would have to play reigning champions Real Madrid. Alright, here's a good point to do the little segment that we always do where I just show the pictures of what you guys are eating while watching my videos. I don't really know why, but the Champions League video saw a flood of submissions, probably the most I've seen ever, so thank you. This grilled cheese just missed out on the last video. I remember editing the previous one, seeing this, and immediately just being extremely hungry. This here is an absolute masterclass in the history of burritos. As you can see, there are definitely ways to manipulate my biases. Pop-Tart with the Virginia Tech hat. Wait, now hold on a sec. These 2 look absolutely scrumptious. I really do hate recording these videos at night sometimes. And then lately, you guys have been getting a little interesting with your photos. Strepsils. I mean, this one's kind of wholesome, honestly. Like, I just hope you get better, buddy. But then here's someone with a plug? Also, why does this photo look so classy for some reason? And then we have, this. Hell yeah. Of course, if you want to have the chance of having your photo feature on the channel, all you gotta do is tag me on Twitter or Instagram. In the last few editions of the Champions League, there has been a lot of history between Manchester City and Real Madrid. 2022 was the 99% faith, 1% chance game, and a shift in Ancelotti's eyebrow shifted the Earth's magnetic field, which then saw City concede 2 last-minute goals. They would eventually lose in extra time, and Real Madrid would actually go on to win the whole thing. 2023, however, saw Man City get their lick back, and they would go on to win the whole thing themselves. Finally, there was 2024 when City lost on penalties, and you guessed it, Real did go on to win the whole thing. Now, by no means were either of these teams the best version of themselves this time around, but that only made the anticipation for this game much more exciting. Pep Guardiola, knowing the behemoth of attacking talent his team was up against, decided to go for a more defensive setup. This way, they could both do a better job of controlling the game while halting Real's speed demons anytime they tried to counter. And it was absolutely the right decision. City's backline was doing well to prevent any goals, and with good defending comes greater chances as Erling Haaland gives Manchester City the lead after just 18 minutes played. Throughout the first half, the citizens had a couple more good chances, and while Real had some too, it just felt like City were containing them well. That was until 5 minutes before halftime, when the sky blue backline was constantly on their toes trying to defend a Real Madrid side who had obviously ramped shit up tenfold. Fortunately, Man City was able to survive the first half, and they would go into the break 1-0 up. The second half started with Erling Haaland nearly making it 2, but he hits the crossbar. City would quickly wish that went in though, because the pressure on the backline just kept coming. More and more tension on an already vulnerable twig, and then snap. City conceded. And from this point on, City were in grave danger. The momentum was against them, and need I remind you, it's the second half. But then, by some miracle, completely against the grain, Man City wins a penalty and Erling Haaland puts it away. 2-1 Manchester City. All this team needed to do now was hold on to this lead for 10 more minutes, and they'll have the advantage going into Madrid. Come on now. You know why I made this video. 5 minutes later, City are on their heels hoping, praying they can contain Real. Ederson saves the first shot, but he fails to redirect it literally anywhere else besides the path of Brahim Diaz. 2-2 at the Etihad, and why is Brahim doing the respect celebration? Brother, you played 5 games for this team. It's okay though, you can still leave with the draw, guys. But if it isn't Rico Lewis showing for the 100th time that he needs to be sent to Millwall. But wait, what the hell is Ederson doing? It just keeps getting funnier. City scored to make it 2-1 in the 80th minute and still find a way to not draw, but lose! If I didn't even mention their name, you would have thought I was talking about Tottenham. And God, you know what I've been hearing all week ever since the Newcastle loss and the Carabao Cup? Stay humble. Stay humble. Stay humble. Stay fumbling, holy shit. This is legit like the 80th time that you've bottled a lead. Your defense is so catastrophic that it makes Henry Kissinger's bombing campaigns look like North Korean nuclear experiments. And man, how about that banner that you guys had out there? Absolute clown show from top to bottom, and I am still loving every single bit of it. This is the greatest fling I've ever had in my life. But hey, there's still 1 leg to go, and it's only a 1-goal difference. Don't make me laugh, okay? The only way City was going to win in this tie was if they had some kind of advantage going into the second leg, which they did for a little bit, I suppose. Honestly though, I kind of feel bad for Erling Haaland, just like a little bit. I know he kind of signed his life away, like, I don't know, what is it, like a 16-year contract? But dude is literally doing everything he possibly can, and every single bit of good that he does gets cancelled by this shambolic defending. I didn't think it possible, but it just keeps getting funnier. And we still have a few more months in the season. Anyways, pretty short video. I just, you know, when you see the Super Bowl, when you see Kendrick doing his thing, it just inspires you, right? So I'm here recording literally hours after that game just finished. But anyways, a massive thank you to all our members, including Janos Balash, Luke RBB, Arai-san, Brazilian Fury, Jeremiah Owusu Ajimang, Django, Anazir Makalankam, Alex Rod, Ota, Miguel Munoz, Return Fire, Rory Burns, Slider Kit, Taco Okafan, The Cypriot 35, Not Windows 95 Man, Kentra Agacha, St. Terrence, Sylvia Citrus, Wise Orange, Rashford Enthusiast, Cocosaurus Rex, Samu, Cheesebait, Winder Gel, M4 Does Stuff, Finn Likes Rugby More, Davox, The Portugizer, TPSA 25, Polar Protos, Fun Fan, Lucien Von Kreuz, Grzegorz Brzeskiewicz, Mano Tango Fei, A Ghostly Owl, Coney Wolves, Mud Tanai, Sketchy Card, KM89, Apollo, Congo Jazz 1, German Sayu 7, Thrilling ADT 13, Los Milos, Petrus 249, The FedEx Dude, Freya, Dominic Griffin, Kyler Krebs, Mohammed Altanib, Nish, Patrick Barley, Rashford God 5, Raspberry Ale, and Broken Persona. If you'd like to become a member on the channel, there'll be a link down below and up in the annotations. You can follow my Twitter if you want, follow my Instagram if you like. Again, we are doing that big Daytona 500 watch along stream on my Twitch this Sunday, February 16th, pretty much the whole day. Tune in. It's going to be a fun time. But until then, I'll see you guys.